So live after the rant. We're drinking some Armagnac.
Armagnac.
What?
Should we get your laptop so that we can see the comments?
Yeah, I guess we should. We should see what we're looking at.
Ooh, this is a 40-year-old. So we can't see the chat just yet, so don't get mad at us just yet.
I gotta give me 30 seconds.
So in 30 seconds, Jeremy's gonna bring over the chat so we can see it. I will tell you about this bottle in that time. So this is Bass Armagnac Darroze 1980. I probably butchered the pronunciation. Domaine de that's all messed up. I apologize to anyone that speaks French that is super offended right now. 41.5%, but that's cask strength, no added color, 100% natural. Armagnac. All right. So, for those of you that don't know, Armagnac is just a brandy from the region of Armagnac in France, just like Cognac is a brandy from the region of Cognac in France. Okay, so you can call it Armagnac only if it's made in the region of Armagnac in France. For whatever reason, it is nowhere near as popular as its cousin. Cousin? Could we call it a cousin?
Mark said you butchered it, yeah.
Mark said, yeah, absolutely. I apologize. Mark must have some French heritage there because it's LeBlanc. I'm assuming there's some French in that, right?
I would, yeah, sure, maybe. That's probably why he said that you butchered it, because he knows how to say it, and you did not.
We're gonna have Mark on the channel one day. We're gonna have on a live, on the channel.
Right.
We're gonna chat him up.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen.
So this is cask strength at 41.5. Did you say that?
Yeah, cask strength 41.5. It's 40 years old. Smells delicious.
Mm-hmm.
What are you getting?
Oh yeah.
What are you getting on that nose?
Well, lots of berry fruit.
Yeah, tons of berry, right?
Lots of berries.
Richard is in the house.
Richard, what's going on, man?
Miss this guy, man.
I keep talking to Richard a bunch of times. He picked up our whiskeys of the year. Well, he picked up my whiskey of the year.
I'm sure he has my whiskey of the year too.
Maybe he does. I don't know.
Yeah, Springbank 10 local barley. He definitely has that.
But he was telling me he got the Lagavulin 12 and do a head-to-head with the new one versus the 2017, because that 2017 was our favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
John Cran's in the house.
What's going on, man?
My boys.
There's like this kind of weird kind of I don't know, barrel char something to it.
Yeah.
Like burnt cask.
Yeah, I get this note from some really good rums. I get it a little bit from the Cavalon Virgin Oak Cask.
Mm-hmm.
It's this I don't want to call it Elmer's glue because you do get it in bourbon as well. It's like a gluey kind of note.
Yeah.
Right? But in this case, super fruity, lots of berry fruits like you were saying. Too busy making crappy pizza.
Oh yeah, Richard got a pizza oven.
Nice.
Yeah.
Pizza ovens are great. Our boy P-Boss makes a mean Italian style, like Napolitan style.
Yeah. There's nothing better than wood smoked pizza dough. So good.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is probably the best Armagnac I've had.
This is okay. So I opened this on Christmas with my brothers and my dad, and one of my brothers was in Florida, so he didn't get to experience it. But it wasn't nosing nearly as good, and obviously that's common, I guess, for anything cask strength that's this old. This is 40 years old, right? So,
man, really nice. I mean, maybe that Ballast and Mallet Armagnac you had.
It's close.
Is up there too.
It's close. That was my spirit of the year. The last time we went live, we talked about that. So I figured, why not follow it up with an Armagnac this year?
Yeah, it's like fruit punch, man. It's like fruit punch. Really good.
There's a very oaky,
Mm-hmm.
But then there's like almost like a grape cough syrup kind of note. Does that make sense? Grape cough syrup?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, like what is those grape, like 5-cent candies? You know, like the little gummies.
Yes. Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
Really good.
And then the glue.
And the glue.
I get like a.
It binds it all together.
Yeah. I like it. I like it a lot.
P-Boss in the house. What's going on, man? What are you saying?
He heard good pizza.
The Leafs are down 1-0. Come on.
The Leafs are down 1-0. I wonder if TSN is gonna consider this a copyright with like the edge of the TV in there.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's good. Whatever.
Just bring the camera closer.
Yeah, then you don't get the fish. The whole like. I want the fish
It's all about the fish tank. You gotta show off the tank.
Yeah, there's a whole fish tube. We talked about this. Fish tube.
Fish tube.
You guys know that? I
You
didn't
made
know
me
that.
watch it earlier. It's
Fish
not really. It's just
It's a real
fish
thing.
eating other fish.
No, that guy's like that guy would be like considered like a low, like whiskey reviewer.
I
Like
see.
nobody.
He's trash. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's like, oh no, my freaking $300 fish ate my $500 fish.
Yeah.
And now I'm screwed.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty much.
We gotta get our hands on some of the Armagnac stuff that Mall
Like it.
Reviews
Yeah.
bring to the table. Because
Yeah.
they're like, this is the greatest stuff ever. And
Good.
you get high age statements for not that much money.
Right. Richard
Whoa.
with a beautiful super chat. Thank you so much, my friend. He says there'd better be a giveaway. I haven't been buying too many Armagnacs. Whether there's a giveaway or not tonight, Richard, I will send you a sample of this Armagnac. How about that?
There you go.
Okay, I will send you a sample. I'm sure Jeremy has to send you some stuff. We will send you some samples. Although we haven't sent you stuff in a while. It's been a while.
That's true.
What was the last thing we sent? The Virgin Oak?
I don't know.
Was it the Cavalon? No.
Maybe.
Was it an Amroot or it was an Amroot? Wasn't it the what was it, Richard?
We've sent him so many good things.
Right? Compared to what he sent us.
We owe him still.
Yeah, for sure. Every day. Donald in the house. What's going on, buddy?
Richard says he has a huge pile of crab for here.
That sounds so appealing.
When he says huge pile of crab, he
It
means
means,
like
like,
really good
back-
bourbons.
I've been fantasizing about that Balvenie he sent to us in that blind tasting.
Oh,
That ton.
yeah,
My God, that was good.
yeah.
That was ridiculously good.
What batch was that again? Was it 3? I don't remember.
I think it's batch 3. Paulo seems to think it was batch 3 as well. So it must. You guys both think.
I still got a bottle of that, eh? Not batch 3, but batch 6?
1401.
Or 8.
The
Yeah.
1401s.
Yeah. It's like it's hard to even like justify opening that now because those prices are gone super sky high on those bottles.
Can you even get Balvenie tons anymore? Like the 15s you can get. Like
I see the 15s pop up. They made one for the like Asian market, like in 1858 or something. I don't remember the exact date, but yeah, they have another set for that market as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, the 1401s were the ones to get. Batch 3.
Yeah, batch 3.
Which is one of the best reviewed batches, I think.
Is it blasphemy if we add a drop of water to see if it like opens anything up here?
No, it's not gonna hurt it. I don't think.
Yeah.
Where's your dropper?
It's behind you, probably with no water in it. It's in that drawer there.
Here?
I think so.
Yeah, it does have no water in it.
Yeah.
Put some of your water in it.
Yeah, but this is a bit of a process here, Jeremy. So
We can talk about what we recorded tonight. We recorded another rant video, and we tried and tasted and discussed, mostly discussed,
discuss.
everyone else's whiskeys of the year.
Yeah.
All the whiskey tube guys, all Scotch.
Yep.
We had all their bottles out, and
Which we should say, some fantastic picks this year.
excellent stuff. Yeah, we were not disappointed with any of the stuff. It was really good, very very good.
I don't know if you want that, but oh yeah, definitely does something. I wonder if it's gonna add sweetness. So the Leafs are losing right now, 1-0. The shots are 21-6 for the Leafs. What the heck? That's absurd.
Yeah. Oh, here's Matthews. He's gonna score. Boom.
Oh.
Yeah, you're probably gonna get hit with a copyright, maybe.
Nah. I literally fully displayed the game once on my channel and nothing happened.
I thought you got hit for that. No?
I don't think so. I don't think so. What are we drinking after this is the question. Are we gonna try that? So pass that over. I want to show these guys. Anybody hear of this? So a company sent me this bottle. It's called Old Line, American Single Malt Whiskey from Baltimore, Maryland. 62.3%. I'm assuming it's 3 years old, maybe a little bit older. Cask strength. Let's give it a sniff.
I mean, why are you assuming it's even 3? It might not even be that old.
True. It doesn't have to be, right?
No.
That's right. I didn't realize that. If it's just American whiskey, it doesn't.
It's just American whiskey. Even if it's called bourbon, not like Kentucky straight, but just straight bourbon, it can be like a day old, right? It doesn't have to be any age.
Well, it's got some color to it, so you would think that it's at least a year.
You want a glass?
Yeah. Right there. Right there. We're gonna try this out. Old Line, American Single Malt Whiskey. Just a little dab. What the palate?
You got some good whiskeys in here. Damn.
That's where the collection lies.
Jeez.
Not supposed to tell anybody, man. That's a secret. Top secret right there.
If you ever break into Rob's place, go for this cabinet first.
That's the Springbank cabinet. I don't really get much on the nose here. Some orange.
Some wood.
I had 2 tangerines before you got here, and like now my fingers smell like the peel.
You just say orange
So I'm
for
just
everything.
saying orange for everything.
That cork's gonna break, by the way.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. That's a good one, kid. A little while.
Rip it out as hard as you can. They want to hear the sound.
Yeah, that one's gonna break.
It's gonna break.
Yeah, well,
It's alright.
we'll determine if that matters.
So I don't think I've ever had anything from. Would you say this is from Baltimore?
Baltimore, Maryland. It's a single malt. Doesn't say how it's aged. I'm assuming it's aged in virgin oak casks because it kind of has that smell, right?
Yeah, it's not too bad. It's a little hot, I think. This might need water.
That's actually really nice.
It's got nice vanilla caramel.
Yeah. 62.3. It drinks like a bourbon.
Yeah.
Does it not?
Yeah.
Single malt. What? How? You think that's hot? I don't think that's hot.
Yeah, a little bit.
I'm impressed. Guys, you heard it here first. Old Line, probably not here first, but at least like 10. Old Line, American Single Malt Whiskey, cask strength, 62.3%. Good stuff. I like it. Dustin's in the house.
Hey, what's up, man?
Let's go out, Dustin. Dustin has some bottles of mine.
Oh, that's right. He's got
Dustin
some nice
has
ones.
some nice bottles of mine.
And how are you gonna get them here?
That's a great question. I have no idea. Dustin, how are you gonna do this, man? I'm very scared.
Well, there's one way you can do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna pay Dustin to drive him over here. That's what I'm gonna do. Dustin, there's a really like bed-like couch over here. You can stay the night. No, I don't know. We gotta figure it out. So, is it hot in Baltimore?
No, their climate is like
Similar to ours, right?
yeah.
Not far off.
Yeah.
Where is Maryland?
I think if you go to like I don't know near Pennsylvania,
Like south? southwest of that.
Oh man, now you're gonna do a freaking history lesson. Or
These
sorry,
guys
geography
know.
geography lesson. The Americans are gonna be pissed at us. It's like Maryland is right next to somewhere. Pennsylvania, I'm pretty sure.
Might cost me a few extra bucks all of a sudden.
It's New England climate, sure. Washington.
Oh, New England climate, so that's like Boston-ish area.
Washington, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Boston's probably got a pretty similar climate to what we have. Maybe a touch warmer, like
I think it's about the
a
same.
degree or two, like every month.
I think it's about the same.
Yeah. We wanted it to be shipped to Detroit. LOL.
Yeah, you could, but you still gotta go get it somehow.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll figure it out. We will figure it out.
Yeah.
There's like barrel debris, or sorry, cork debris in the. I guess that's the only downfall. We gotta replace this cork. It's falling apart.
Where's your spares?
You know what? I don't know. Good question. Should keep them, eh? What do you think of this Armagnac?
I went back to it. I put the Maryland bourbon down for a sec, but yeah, this is good, man.
It's really good. With a drop of water, I think it gets a little sweeter. A touch sweeter.
Mm-hmm. What you got anything else by them before? This is your first bottle.
That's my first bottle by them. Yeah.
And this was available where?
Vine Arts in Alberta.
Okay.
Yeah. Great guy, Jesse. Co-owner.
Yeah.
Really nice guy.
So how are they able to do 40-year-old spirit at the price they do it at?
I think it's just, one of those things where they started when it was relatively inexpensive and they have such a huge inventory that now they can bottle in 2020 at $190 for that bottle. 40-year bottle, like, you know what I mean? $190 Canadian, which is absurd in my opinion.
Do they pay less tax on their inventory in France than Scotland would?
I don't know. Great question. How's the audio, guys? Can you hear us okay? My wife has a candle that's Chad Adams, Maryland is the coast of just north of Virginia. So it's a coastal distillery. Interesting.
Dram of the night fireball, neat. Someone's looking to turn one up tonight.
Donald is saying the audio is good. There's good acoustics in this basement.
Okay. Yeah.
Because right now we have no mic. Like normally if I'm by
Phone.
myself or whatever, I'll have the lapel mic.
Mm-hmm.
Or if we hook up to the computer, I have my own mic.
Right.
But we're not hooked up to the computer. We're hooked up to my phone. iPhone 12. A little marketing there. I would love an Apple sponsorship.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Maybe cut us some stock too.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, that would be. I would just get paid in stock. Although I really appreciate all the love from Into the AM. Little plug there.
Let's plug it.
Honestly, I like their stuff, man. It's so comfortable.
Yeah. I don't have a clothing deal yet.
Not yet. You might.
I'm holding out for the hand cream and the face cream. I really want that. Yeah.
Face cream is important.
And mini fridges.
It is super. Mini fridges.
I'm trying to lock those down first.
Never mind. That would have been like a useful thing for me. It's like it took me like 3 months to get my mini fridges. More. 4 months. P-Boss is saying he finds the sound better since I got the fish tank because it like keeps the sound.
Because of the furnace.
Yeah.
Right.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
P-Boss, you're right, man. It's like insulation right here. Layers. 2 feet deep.
Well, yeah, because before it was just an open window to the furnace room.
Yeah, a lot of stuff going on in this furnace right now. I mean, in this fish tank. That's what I meant to say.
Oh, Kevin's saying the coffee sponsorship. Yeah, I should get a coffee sponsorship.
Coffee sponsorship.
Yeah.
That's what you should be aiming for.
Espresso.
Actually,
Some Italian espresso machine company should sponsor me and give me free machines, and then some bean company should sponsor me too.
I'm down. Listen, I'm talking to a company out in Alberta that does like fresh beans, like all kinds of like cool like nitro cold brews, that kind of stuff. I'm a big fan of the nitro cold brew.
Yeah, you were showing me a nitro cold brew that was $100 a can.
It's at our boys.
What the
I don't want to plug anybody until we're sponsored here. But yeah.
And that wasn't even a big can. How big was that can? It's like 200 ml.
No. It was like a yeah. You might be you might be right actually.
It's like a mini Coke can.
No, it's like a little tall but skinny can.
Like a Red Bull.
Like a Red Bull.
For $200. Or sorry, $100 for a can.
It was $100. $100 for a can.
Yeah.
That better be the best thing you've ever tasted.
I don't know if it could be worth it. I mean, I could, for like, if you want to get some crazy beans, you could spend $100 and get like some epic coffee beans.
So they do sell the beans that is made from on their site.
How much is that?
Expensive.
Yeah.
Less though. Less than the actual nitro cold brew made with that
Sure.
bean. Why? How does that make sense?
Because to make cold brew is like a tough process, and to can it?
But it's one can. It's one can. Like you make at least this much, right?
Mm.
And how many beans does it take to make this much?
Right.
Maybe a half of a 250 ml bag.
I don't know how they're justifying it at $100 a can. It's insane.
It's like an 8 ounces
sell that shit?
in American lingo.
They sell that? Like, sold
I don't
it?
know. I doubt it. I want to call them one day and say, how many cans have you sold of this? Send Sipper Social Club and Whiskey in the Six a can each, and we'll review it.
Yeah.
No, I mean, how?
Right.
What's the turnover on a $100 can? Who's buying that?
People are saying I'd rather take a pour of the Macallan 1986. Yeah.
Yeah, we did that.
I did that.
We did that. It was actually a half ounce though.
Right. Dustin's saying that I should get a beard oil sponsor. Well,
beard oil.
We could. I mean, Rob can really grow the beard out, but yeah, we should get a beard oil.
Did you see how like monstrous my beard was the last time like you were here? So
I don't remember.
I recently trimmed it, and I swear I could have donated. I could have donated that hair to people.
Right.
Like it was long, and it was like I wish my head hair was that thick. It's like ridiculous, my beard hair.
It's freaking nature. You are with that fucking beard.
I'm a chia pet.
Yeah.
You ever see those chia pet commercials?
Where they do the time lapse and just.
Time lapse, but like times 3. That's me.
You could do a time lapse like you just clip from your reviews, you know?
It's like weeks apart, like a week apart, and it's like absurd.
Wow. Yeah. You have to review twice a week.
Well, I went down to 0 yesterday, so this is 1 day growth.
Remember that Simpsons episode where Homer like shaves and then he gets the 5 o'clock shadow like instantly comes right back? That's you.
That is me actually.
They are the Weller of cold brew. Yeah.
A pour should always be 2 ounces minimum. Chad Adams. That's a
what?
Chad Adams-ism.
Espresso or whiskey or both?
2 ounces of. I guess one. Like what is it? 1 ounce? A shot of espresso is 1 ounce.
I would say a shot of espresso is 1 ounce. If you get a double, it's 2 ounces. Yeah, something like that.
It's not enough.
1 ounce?
1 ounce is not enough.
No, 2 ounces is not even enough.
2 ounces is not enough.
Yeah.
I like 2 ounces. Like 2 shots long is better, but like still not enough. So what I usually do is I do a 1 long, and then a 1 short. That's kind of like my hack.
So you get like
the intensity.
you get like 3 ounces. Is that what you're saying?
I get so the one long is like at least 2 ounces, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so 3 ounces, but like a little bit more intense, right? Because if you do a double long,
It's too watery.
it's too watery.
It's too watery.
It's not intense enough.
Yeah, I agree. Anyway, this is a whiskey channel. We're not even drinking whiskey here.
This Armagnac is at least a 90 for me. It's good stuff.
Yeah, I would probably score this a high 80s. I don't know if I'm getting 90 on it, but
So for me, this is why I factor this as a 90. 40-year-old. Nose is probably like a 92, 93. Drink's probably like an 87, right? But like price is just ridiculous for a 40-year-old Armagnac, and I bet
price is great.
in a couple months it's just gonna get better.
It's very enjoyable to drink. It's easy to drink. It's nice on the palate. It's just, for me, like something about Armagnac is just, it doesn't hit like Scotch does, you know? It doesn't have like the depth of flavor and the complexity.
Yeah, I think that's why like I've moved away from cognacs and all that kind of stuff. But it's still, for what it is, marking it as a brandy, it's a 90 for me.
This bourbon smells like movie theater popcorn now.
It's not even a bourbon, man. Unless they're cheating, like they're doing the American thing.
Well, whatever, American whiskey.
So it's
Single malt.
American single malt. So I think it has to be single malt, doesn't it?
Yeah.
If it says it on the bottle. We should put that up here.
It's funky, man. It's got some weirdness to it. I kind of like it. Is it expensive? They gave you a half bottle.
They gave me a half bottle. I don't know anything about it. I just know it's a single malt, at least a year old, I would think.
It's not very good on the palate, but it nose is nice.
I wouldn't say it's bad on the palate.
I think for the age it probably is, it's actually pretty.
Did you add water?
Yeah.
Oh. I like it at cask strength. It's not too hot for me to drink at cask strength. This would make an incredible old fashioned, because it's sweet. It's got like nice sweetness to it. Nice.
It's no. It's the finish is hot.
Yeah. You and I, like, it's weird because like things that I find that are hot, you don't find hot,
That's
and then
true.
you find things that
That
are
is true.
hot that I think it has to do with like where our palates are sensitive, like tongue, throat, this, that, whatever, like what's sensitive to us. That's how we determine, because this is not hot for me.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I like the funkiness too.
Don't send me any of that. No, like this would be this would be a Richard drain pour for sure. 100%.
Yo, yeah, Richard, you would take one baby sip and
Yeah, dump. But we've seen him dump some stuff that we would probably drink. Like on a regular basis.
all that stuff.
Yeah, he's got very expensive taste, that Richard. Okay, so inspired by Richard's super chat, if you'd like a sample of this Armagnac, Richard already kind of claimed one.
Sure.
But I guess if Richard wins, then we'll give him something else as well.
Okay, so you want to do a little giveaway?
Yeah, so giveaway being, if you want that.
So throw a little super chat in there, you're entered, do a giveaway.
For
Richard's for sure getting a sample.
of a 40-year-old Armagnac.
And if he hits it, then we'll give him this plus something else.
Plus something else. Because, he's lost so many times.
Right.
And has, like, given so much to both of our channels that, like, it's almost...
We won't give him the old tub, or the old line.
Yeah. Richard, with a drop of water, this opens up beautifully, in my opinion. Give me one more glass over there, please, and thank you.
What are you going with now?
What should we drink, guys? What should we have over here? Anything on the bar that you see, you choose. You guys get to pick.
I'll pick something.
going deep into the.
I'll pick something.
Oh, Jeremy's gonna pick. Joshua's saying, I wonder if any color is added to the Baltimore single malt. Seems super dark. I think it's because it's virgin oak cask, charred, heavily charred virgin oak cask. But you could be right. I have no idea. It tastes like it's a virgin oak cask. It's like sweet like a bourbon. Jeremy goes straight for the goods. Straight for the goods.
I mean, am I not going to pick the 30-year-old Glenfarclas? Or 29-year-old?
30, it's 30, yeah. Alright, well, you pour that. Okay, so if you want a sample of this Glenfarclas, it's gotta be like what? What kind of super chat are we talking about here?
1,000.
1,000 is excessive. Starting at what, like at least $5.
$5. That's a great deal.
At least $5. Super chat. You can have the Glenfarclas, and if you're picked, of course, the Armagnac as well.
Two samples.
All right. Yeah. Two. I said it. I said it. 2 samples.
That's a deal.
2 samples for a super chat. 33 watching. I bought my first family cask, 2006 bottling. Pretty interesting. This is beyond interesting, this one here, in my opinion.
Dude. This is cask 5122, 55.2% ABV, 545 bottles.
We gotta write this down.
30 years.
Gotta write this down. Joshua's in.
Write it in.
Richard. Oh, here we go. You're closer to the keyboard. So Joshua's in. Thank you for the super chat. John is also in. He's jumping in for the Glenfarclas. John is smart because John has a chance at it now and then another chance at it because he's one of my Patreons in the right tier that allows him to get my whiskey stuff. Yeah, there's something wrong
What's
with
happening?
There's something wrong with the keyboard here.
No, there's not. It's fine. It's
The
fine.
touchpad, I mean. 1, and then John is 2. No, so
I thought
Joshua's 2. Sorry, my bad. Joshua's 2. There was an interesting comment above that I missed.
Okay, we'll go back.
So thank you guys for the super chats first of all. Appreciate it. Okay, yeah, John, and then so Richard, the window has closed for all super chats. Have the drawing now.
Richard, even if you're the only person, 1 out of 1, you still lose somehow.
So
It would just come out 0.
Bill gave us a recommendation earlier on an Armagnac. He was really happy that we were doing an Armagnac,
Oh, okay.
and he's also in on this giveaway here.
Right, number 4.
That's just like all like dark
Why
chocolate.
haven't I tried this one before?
You have.
Oh. I've tried this bottle?
I've tried this bottle. Look how far down we are. Of course you've tried this bottle.
I don't know. You have so many family casts, it's hard to keep up.
It's true. I do like myself a family cask from time to time. Puffs and Drams in the house. He loves Glenfarclas. Dropping a $10 super chat. Thank you very much, my friend.
Oh man, the coffee note on this is delicious. This is a freaking great one, man. This is a great one.
Okay, so
see, aren't you glad I brought this out? Because now everyone is interested.
yeah, nobody cared about the Armagnac
No.
until you brought out the Glenfarclas.
Right.
We got a bunch of people in this one. Stills E, thank you so much, my friend. I'm trying to catch up here, guys. Kevin, our boy Kevin. We have regular conversations with our boy Kevin. Thank you so much, Kevin. There we go. We're at 7. So Richard's chances now are dwindling. Are dwindling. I love you, Richard.
You know what we should try? We should buy one of like the second fill, third fill, fourth fill Glenfarclas. One that reviews really well.
Yeah, one that reviews really well. 'Cause
Right?
it's a gamble every time you buy.
I know it's gonna be good. I think Richard's saying he tried one that was good.
I want Richard's opinion on a second fill or third fill.
Yeah. I mean, obviously every single first fill one that we've had has been great.
Yeah. There's been a couple that are like just good,
Mm-hmm.
but there's been most that are like fantastic. So I mean, 1 in 7 odds at the moment to win a sample of both of these bad boys.
Mhm.
Not bad.
Pretty good.
Not bad odds.
Pretty good.
But we're gonna send Richard a sample of this anyway.
Yeah.
That I've already decided.
Right.
So, if you're not a hockey fan, that's okay. But you can respect, like, whoever this goalie is for Arizona.
He is just on his head.
It's like
Who is that?
he's been possessed by the spirits of all great goaltenders of like yesteryear, and the Leafs. The second period just finished, and the Leafs have 35 shots on net.
He looks like me in net.
If you were like amazing, then yeah.
Have you seen all the ball hockey trophies I have?
I have actually.
That's
I've
right.
heard good things.
Right. A freaking legend.
In his own mind, folks. He's a legend.
Gotta be your own biggest cheerleader sometimes, you know?
One day you'll catch Jeremy doing goaltender pad reviews and me on FishTube. Hashtag FishTube. That's a real thing, by the way. I'm not sure if you guys knew that, but FishTube is a real thing.
Yeah. Nobody does know that because I don't think anyone's into like tanks like you are into
Fish
tanks.
tanks.
This guy was telling me like his like pH balance and like all this shit that was happening with your tank and like
It's a real thing.
how like, you know, it's manifesting itself into this weird bio dome of water.
The nitrogen cycle.
Nitrogen cycle, that's what it
The
is.
nitrogen cycle.
I mean,
So-
I love it. You gotta know all about it
So-
if you're gonna do it right.
Yeah, if you're gonna teach grade 9 biology, you need to know about the nitrogen cycle.
For sure.
Also, if you've been to grade 9, you know the nitrogen cycle. Hopefully. Otherwise,
Who remembers freaking grade 9 biology?
so it's
Or we should say 9th grade.
true. Dustin's saying he's talking to Stephen Connor. Stephen Connor's in the house.
What's going on, man? P-Boss said money sent. He must have just not
P-Boss sent money.
for a super chat.
yeah.
Not super chatted.
He probably e-transferred me the money
Mhm.
because he doesn't like all the fees that don't.
That's
go.
true. What does YouTube take from it? Like
30%. 30, yeah,
That's insane.
30%. So P-Boss then we gotta put him as number 8.
Mhm.
Oops, what did I do here?
You put it in the chat. Now you gotta freaking copy and paste it.
Gosh darn it.
Mo.
Oh, this is your computer. I forgot. I don't know why you were having trouble before. Then you just like something wrong with you. My computer.
I had it going fine until you mucked with it.
What just happened?
Oh,
Did
if you do an 8 thing,
You
it
wanna
makes
know
it
this.
yeah.
So you gotta go like this.
Right.
That's hilarious. It's shades. The shades, dude. Not sure if it's even possible to find outside Taiwan, but the Omar Sherry single cask, that would be, because isn't it Australian? Omar is Australian, isn't it?
I don't know if I've ever had anything from there.
I haven't either, but I'm pretty sure that that's from Australia. Are exceptional and worth a try. Finished in mezcal, so now Dustin's talking about something else. Dustin's talking about something else.
It's Taiwanese. Omar is Taiwanese.
How you liking this? Omar is Okay, so I completely got that wrong.
How do I like this 30-year-old first fill Glenfarclas family cask?
Yeah.
It's trash.
Garbage, right?
Absolute trash.
Garbage.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. Pretty freaking nice. What was this, like 700?
Not
9?
bad. Close to 9.
9.
Close to 9.
Yeah.
That palate is ridiculous. Actually, when you nose it, you don't think it's gonna taste like that. So rich.
I got this coffee on the finish that I just absolutely love.
Yeah. See what I mean by like all those years that you missed out on coffee, and like those notes that you probably would have picked up if you were drinking coffee at that time.
Yeah, I agree.
Like you were big into Macallan back then.
I know what coffee flavor is, and
Yeah.
like is,
And smell and.
but like I wasn't drinking.
Not the way you're.
I wasn't drinking 5 espressos a day like I am now.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you're not that guy.
Right.
Not a priest.
How you like that glass? More are coming in stock soon.
I love this glass.
Restocking it. Yeah.
Great glass. It's very similar to. You want to pass me that one over there?
Mhm.
Is it the same company?
Mm-mm.
No. Yeah, it
It's
is.
Stolzel.
Stolzel.
This is Final Touch or something Touch.
Final Touch.
Final Touch.
Yeah, you're right. Final Touch.
I like those glasses because they have a lot of surface area on the bottom. So if something's like cast strength, you can breathe really well. You can get a really good nose off of it. I would take something like that for like a cast strength bourbon, cast strength whiskey, something like this, like more refined, something like lighter.
Romance, New York City is saying, I love the fish. Loves the fish.
Nice.
See? Fish is a real thing, man. This is going to be the new live angle.
Fish is a real thing.
Fish tube, I meant to say, is
Fish
a real
tube.
thing. Fish tube.
There's a tube for everything, man. There's
Fish
a
tube
for
is
everything.
It might be bigger than you like whiskey
Do
tube.
you think it's bigger than coffee tube though?
I don't think so. Coffee tube has like millions of like these guys have like millions of subs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably absurdly bigger.
Well, everyone drinks coffee except for me.
You drink it now.
I used to not.
Used to not. My wife doesn't drink coffee.
Yeah. This is what happened with me with coffee. I tried shitty coffee forever. I was like, this is garbage. Then I tried really good coffee, and I was like, this is good.
Right. So similar situation with my wife, although she came back here and never could drink coffee again. The first time she tried coffee, we were in Italy. And she's like, this is the most ridiculous thing I've ever tried. And I'm like, yeah, don't get used to this.
Yeah.
Because it's not going to be this good
Right.
when we get back.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like, I think that's what happened with me, even with lots of things, like craft beer, for example, right? I was never a beer drinker, never really into it at all. Then came to Toronto, started trying like really good craft beer, and boom, I love beer.
Right.
Like wine, for example, right? I don't drink wine. I don't like it.
Mhm.
The wine we had in Vancouver at that tasting,
Great wine.
great. Like really, really good.
Yeah.
So like I can either drink, very top shelf, or just I wouldn't bother at all.
But I mean, if you're not gonna like overindulge, then there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? Like if you're only gonna have your like 5 beers a month, you know what I mean? Then buy the best stuff you can possibly think of.
Right.
Like I have some really good beer in that stouts in that fridge there.
Yeah.
Really, really good. But yeah, I mean, it's not for everybody. It's also like $6 a can,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Romance is saying, Rob, I just got the 2021 Lagavulin 12 special release. Not bad. I really like that. We really like that. We talked a little bit about it.
2021 Lagavulin 12.
Yeah.
Yeah. So good. So I think, did I try this last time I was here? I don't remember.
Yeah.
This
Oh.
is the new cartridge.
I thought you did. You didn't. You tried the Pete and Sherry, which in our last live, you're like, no, this is like Kahlua. And I'm like, no.
Oh,
it's,
yeah, I thought it
it's
was Kahlua.
Lafroig.
Right.
And you're like, no, this is not Lefroy. And I'm like, honestly, man, it tastes
I don't
a
know
lot.
if I said it wasn't Lefroy. You told me it was a blend of Isla stuff.
If this was a rant,
And I was
we
like,
would play back
oh, like
this-
I feel like there's Kalila in this. It tastes like Kalila to me.
Yeah.
And you're like, it's Lefroy.
I didn't know that though. I was guessing.
But someone told you it was all Lefroy, and it's not a blend at all.
In like a few days later in that live that we had, someone put in the comments that they were in a tasting with the owner of Elements of Isla.
Okay.
And he said that it's all Lefroy. So it's not even a blend.
Right.
Which is weird. P-Boss is saying, similar to the whiskey experience when you start off, then you can't go back to the crappy stuff.
Yeah.
Basically, right?
Yeah.
Joshua is saying, what type of cartridge is that? That's the new 2021 PX, or newish.
New to this market.
Picked up the Sam Adams Utopia, waiting for the right time to try it. Sam, oh, okay, that's a beer, right?
Yeah, so the LCBO gets those in, and it's like $200, I think,
For what?
for a beer.
For one beer.
Yeah, I think it's like, it's a big beer. It's like, and it's more, it's like a barley wine, isn't it? Isn't it like a barley wine? I don't even know. It's like technically a beer. But yeah, it comes in this like giant, it looks like some like big, I don't know, what do you call it? Distillate, something or other. You ever seen it before?
Never. No. My brother's big into beer. I've always told him he should like get into beer tube. Do
Right.
beer tube.
The problem with beer tube is that there's so much local beer that like you would never be able to review. You have to review like national brands.
Yeah, you can't. You can't. And
Right.
it's like
Yeah.
all the mainstream stuff nobody wants to. All the hipsters don't want to drink anymore.
If it's popular, then no one wants it.
I'm gonna show you guys a beer, a stout, that I'm a big fan of.
So Utopia is like a 20% ABV beer. It's hardly beer. Oh. Yeah.
Alright, so
It's like a liqueur. Yeah.
Origins of Darkness from Collective Arts. The other thing about like new hipster beer is like it has to have a really cool can. Otherwise, like nobody's buying it.
The can art has been great.
Can art is a big thing.
So yeah, Collective Arts. They're out of Hamilton.
So there's one in Toronto now, but they also
They brew
I
out
think,
of Hamilton.
I think they're also in Hamilton as well. Yeah. Really good. These stouts. If you're a stout fan, Collective Arts is really good. Drinks like sherry, port, cognac, hybrid.
Yeah, that's that Utopia. The Sam Adams. But yeah, how much is that at the LCBO? Is it 150 or like 200 or something? It's crazy money.
That sounds like a lot of money for a beer. So I guess we should do this. We should do this
Oh, the draw.
draw.
Yeah.
There's 39 people watching. In case you're just getting here, we are giving away a sample of the Family Cask 1990, as well as a sample of the Darroze 1980 40-year-old Armagnac. Both of these are cask strength. And
Combined 70 years of maturation.
combined 70 years, so 30 years old, 40 years old. That's old. So to enter is a super chat. What we should cap that though. Like when is the last super chat allowed?
5 minutes.
5 minutes.
This is really good. This blows the 10-year-old cherry out of the water, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really good.
You would never buy the 10-year-old cherry if you could buy this.
Probably right.
Even though it's like, is it double the price? No, it's not even double the price.
No,
it's
it's
only
not.
like an extra $30.
It's like an extra $10 at the LCBO.
That's insane.
The 10-year-old sherry was 110 at the LCBO, and I think that's 120 at the LCBO. The Carchis is notoriously a great deal at the LCBO.
Mm.
It's just you can't get it. Like it comes and goes. You got those guys that just like buy everything, and you can't get it.
I'll get one in the secondary. I don't think they're not going for like crazy money. An extra $50 maybe.
If you'd like to try the stuff on, we got a Stephen Connor jumping in. If you'd like to try the stuff on my bar, it goes month by month, and you don't get to choose, unfortunately, because I do like a blind competition. Like usually it's for either an extra sample. Right now it's for an extra whole bottle, a Springbank. But if you're in the right tier on my Patreon, and they're limited, so I think like there's only a couple spots left. But if you're in the right tier on my Patreon, you can try these monthly. Currently, there's some really good samples out there, but I can't give anything away because it's part of a Shelter Point bottle giveaway.
Right.
So if they get 3 right in the next 2 months, then they get or 3 months, they get a Shelter Point bottle.
Wow.
And if multiple people get
you send
3
them
right,
you send them blind and they have to guess what it is.
Exactly. So if I reviewed, the month of November, whatever I reviewed is up for grabs in that sample.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be a semi-blind because you know what I reviewed. If you study my channel, you know what I reviewed.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be one of those whiskeys. December, same thing, right? So you get 3 right in a row, you get entered into a draw. 2 people are getting a Shelter Point bottle.
Nice. Cool. I love it.
Yeah.
You gotta catch up.
Oh, I gotta catch up.
Yeah, go back up. I think that
Stephen
Steven
Connor.
was saying that if he wins, give it to Dusty.
Dustin down for my spot.
Yeah, put Dustin down for his spot.
He needs to try a good.
Alright, we're putting Dustin down on that one.
Dustin. Number 10 is Le Bum.
The Bum. Happy New Year's.
Thanks,
my
buddy.
my
Happy
boss
New
came
Year.
in today when I was like, Happy New Year. I'm like, what's the cutoff for saying Happy New Year? Like, how far into this month can you go?
Is that what you said to him?
Yeah.
What did he say?
He's like, well, we haven't seen each other since the New Year, so I guess that's kind of justified. If you haven't
True.
seen someone,
Yeah, but what if you
Since
don't
it's
see
been
them
a
till
year.
March?
then yeah, no, you can't. I say it's like probably like mid January. Like January 15th is kind of the cutoff.
That's fair.
If it's January 16th, I don't think you should say Happy New Year anymore because it's like we know it's the New Year. It's
True.
It's been 2.5 weeks already.
True. Matt just dropped a super chat. He says, "Cheers, I'm in."
Nice.
People are in for this one.
Yeah.
It's the color of this. It's like it's enticing, and it's 30 years old, so that doesn't hurt.
Indy's saying that the Freud batch 13 greater than PX cartridges. So is he saying like the Freud 10 cast strength, like batch 13 cast strength? I would not probably argue that the cast strength 10-year-old is
It's better.
so good. I don't know. Usually
It's not. So the batch 13 is right behind you, right there. The batch 13 is not as good as this cartridge, in my opinion.
Ooh.
In my opinion.
Ooh.
But the batch 12 might be better
Right.
than both.
I got batch 7. It's great.
Yeah. I think this is the first year that I wasn't like, wow, this is incredible cast strength Lefroy. But this is also cast strength. And how old would you say that is?
I don't know. Maybe like youngest whiskey would be like 6, 7, 8.
I don't know. It tastes old to me. It does not drink hot at all.
I mean, I would say like these are probably like average age would be like 10. I mean, if you price it out with their other stuff, you know,
Yeah.
it's 10, 12 years old. If you just go by pricing, because the 10-year-old cast strength is what, $100 US,
Yep.
and this is about the same.
Mm-hmm. Okay. It's been about 5 minutes.
Let's do it.
So, do you have your phone on you?
It's over there.
So that's the order. Richard's number 1, Joshua number 2, John is number 3, Bill number 4, Puffs and Drams number 5, Still is number 6, Kevin number 7, P-Boss number 8, 9 is Dustin, 10 is The Bum, and 11 is Matt. Matt Sang, I think it was. Yeah. Okay.
So how many people are you at?
11.
11.
So Dustin is saying my guess is 8 to 10 average age. That's possible. But I bet they use some 4 and 5 and some 12 in that.
Yeah, that's probably pretty accurate.
It's possible. I don't know. It doesn't drink hot at all. So whatever they did well.
Mm-hmm.
Gus is saying, great looking tank, fella. Oh, Gus. Okay, so Fish Tube. We were talking about it earlier. Gus is on Fish Tube, and he's also in Ontario.
Right on.
He's
Nice.
on Gus Fraser's Predator Haps. So Predator Haps, gonna geek out a little bit here. I was into like fish for a long time, and I never got into Predator Haps. They're cichlids. I never got into them for whatever reason, and then all of a sudden, recently I did. And so Gus would appreciate this. I have a few in this tank behind me.
We're going deep into the fish tube tonight.
We're not gonna talk too much about it, but I got an eye biter, I got a Malawi trout, and I got Malawi hawks in there. Anyway, nice to see Gus in the chat. That's cool. Yeah. So we're gonna do this draw, aren't we?
All right. So you want to just do like a random number generator?
Random number generator.
Okay.
1 to 11.
Will this focus on here? Can you see this?
I can't see it yet, but that's because there's like a delay on your YouTube here. Hold on, I'm gonna update it. It's delayed.
Let me know if you can see this. Hold on, let me turn the brightness up maybe.
BK said I would have gotten in, but still mad you were 8 days late with your Deanston 20 review. Did number 6 just win?
No, I haven't done it yet.
Oh, okay.
So it's numbers 1 to 11, right? If I press generate, then it will go. All right. Oh fuck! I fucked it up. Okay, hold on. All right. So we have 1 to 11. All right. You ready?
Ready.
Let me know if is it focused.
Yeah.
All right. Here it is. The winner is number 3.
Number 3.
Not Richard.
It's not Richard.
Number 3 is the winner. Who is that?
Who's that? Number 3 is John.
John, congrats.
John is a Patreon.
Woo!
John wins.
Save it on shipping. Love it.
Saving on shipping. So John, if John doesn't mind, I will add it to the next shipment that I send him. He's working on 2 drams. Well, he should be getting, if he hasn't gotten already, 2 drams. I think he did actually. I think he did receive the drams. I could be wrong about that though.
Yeah.
So what's been happening on my with my Patreon drams is I label them like, if it's November and you are in the tier that gets 1 sample, I label it N1. If you're in the tier that has 2 samples per month, N1 N2. So apparently recently there's been some leakage, a little bit of whatever, just maybe it's just moist for whatever reason, and it rubs out the actual the marker rubs out or the
Are you using Sharpie?
yeah.
Huh.
And it rubs right out. So it's
Yeah, so what the hell is this?
so
I don't
yeah,
even know what it is.
well you experienced this conversation with
With
Kevin
with
recently.
Kevin, yeah, he's like, dude, what up?
He's like, I'm the darkest one is November 1. Damn, that. I feel I don't know how to control this.
It's weird that a Sharpie would bleed like that.
I guess the only way I could fix this is if I type out but even then, what do you experience? Do you type out all yours? All your labels?
No, I handwrite.
Yeah,
With a Sharpie.
And I guess at the end of the day, they know what they're getting because they ask for what you're giving them, right?
That's true. I mean, sometimes they get more than one. Sometimes it's I have 2 bottles of Cavalan, right? I have a Cavalan, 2 ex-bourbons or whatever, and I give them a sample of each, so they would have to distinguish it. Hopefully it doesn't bleed. I don't think it does.
Yeah. So, John Kranz will be getting a sample of the Glenfarclas,
Nice.
a sample of the Armagnac,
Nice.
and 2 other samples because I do it bi-monthly.
Mm-hmm.
So he's gonna get a sample for January and February.
Nice.
So he's gonna get 4 samples all at once. John just.
It's gonna be a nice mail day when that arrives.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think that'll be nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's right. John received them, had the incorrect guess. Oh yes, that's right. I remember now. That's right. He had the incorrect guess on the November. After another pour, can I guess? I mean, you shouldn't have shared it publicly, John, because now other people are gonna complain. No, unfortunately, there's only one guess, but you do have your December one where you can make up, and I highly doubt that somebody's gonna get 3 in a row. You know what I mean? Like, in order to win the Shelter Point bottle, you have to get three correct.
Right.
So the odds of getting 3 correct in, well, 2 correct in the first 2 months of the whatever are unlikely.
Right.
Right? Because like, I don't think I've had that. Like, very rarely do I have like someone nail 2 in a row.
Mm.
It happens.
Yeah.
It's a couple of like, I mean, the guys that are part of this tier, these 2 tiers are like, they're well-to-do whiskey guys. They know what they're doing. You know what I mean? So it does happen, but.
It's a fun little thing. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dustin's asking, what is the Cavallon on the shelf? That is the Canadian exclusive sherry cask. It's on the far right.
Oh. Yeah, I don't think I've tried this one yet.
That's delicious. That's delicious.
Yeah, so this was bottled exclusively for what, a retailer in Alberta?
Yeah. That's
Oh, it's
boys.
Truth Malters.
Yeah, our boys.
Truth Malters did this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Larry and his brother Chris. I think it's Chris, his brother.
I can't remember.
I could be wrong. If I got that wrong, I apologize.
I'm trying it.
Yeah. It's worth a try. I think I might have a little bit actually.
So the Whiskey Rant podcast we did tonight, again, we took all of Whiskey Tube's, like the Scotch guys, we took their whiskeys of the year and we tried them and talked about them and discussed what we thought of their selections. And the consensus was excellent picks overall, for sure. Yeah. Really good stuff.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Impressed with a couple ones in particular.
Yeah, some really stood out.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, what's happened in the last 5 to 6 years on like Scotch Tube, and I think we should be calling it Scotch Tube now because like there are guys that are specific to Scotch only, very light. And you know, it's a specific thing. There's Bourbon Tube, there's Scotch Tube, and I think I would consider myself Scotch Tube because like although I do review other types of spirits, I'm like, what, 90% if not more Scotch?
Yeah, I mean, you review what you buy, right? And if you like,
yeah,
you buy a lot of Scotch. Well, I mean, we both buy a majority Scotch, but
yeah,
we go outside the box, something like this.
Some rums.
Something like this.
Some Armagnacs.
Gotta mix it up.
Some cognacs.
What does Ralphie say? Malternatives?
Malternatives.
Right.
I have a couple grappas here from our boys, the Venuto brothers.
Right.
You know the Venutos.
Yeah.
So the Venuto brothers bought me a Sassicaia grappa and both from Poli. And this one was aged in I think a sherry barrel, if I'm not mistaken. Sherry or whiskey barrel. Yeah, French oak and sherry PX barrels. This one right here. This is this was my boy Claudio Venuto, and then this one over here, the Sassicaia. So one day you and I are gonna do a whiskey rant, and we're gonna do some grappa.
Grappa.
All right.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Look at that.
That's cool, right? So that's a like over $100 bottle of grappa right there.
2015 vintage.
So
and
Sassicaia-
winner of International Wine and Spirit Competition.
So Sassicaia is like a super expensive wine.
Yeah.
And like when it's first out for retail, like the year that it's produced, it's about $250, $200. And then like what they say is you have to self-age it for another 10 years after that. So you can like on the secondary market on this is absurd because like after 10 years, like that's when people want it, like because it's been like properly aged, whatever, and that's when it goes for like northwards of like over $2,000 for a bottle of wine. So you're talking like something that you only get 4 glasses out of. Yeah. For $2,000.
You only get 4 glasses out of a bottle of wine. Italian pour.
Well, I mean max 5, but you're not getting much more than that.
Yeah, I mean when those bottles like come to term, right? Like you gotta drink them. Yeah. You gotta drink them when they're in their prime.
Yeah. So Cavalon Sherry has a very like meaty kind of note. Like almost like a beef jerky kind of note. You get that?
I don't know if I'd describe it as that. I mean, like you do get the meatiness. I get what you're saying with the sherry cask. I feel like it's it's got to be like a recharred. They got to recharge their cask, right? I think so.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think they're wet casks, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Colin is saying, had some wild nights drinking grappa when backpacking in Europe. 100% not good stuff like that.
Oh my god, it's Swami Suave.
Swami Suave in the house.
What's going on,
nice
dude?
looking bar. This is the side angle. This is the live angle.
Right.
We're going to be doing lives from here. I should say, quick little shout out to Miracles Aquarium in Orangeville, who custom made that fish tank for me.
Not a sponsor, but should be.
Not a direct sponsor, but they gave me a discount, thinking that this was gonna appear on the channel at some point.
I see. So that's why you wanted this angle.
Yeah.
Right on. Yeah, no, I haven't heard from our boy Swami in a while. He hasn't been chirping about the Ottawa Senators, which has been very refreshing and very, very nice.
So, look at this. Donald Rance is like, cool Malawi cichlids in that tank.
Whoa. Spotting the Malawi cichlids right in the back. What a freaking eye.
Killed it. Well done. I mean, he probably is just playing in the back from like earlier when I said that. But I mean, either way, well done. I like it. I like it.
Yeah, there's been no. They've been all. Yeah, every game's been postponed. Whereas like there's no hockey. My fantasy hockey right now is really annoying.
I want to flash back to last year when Swami thought that the Sens were going to be amazing this year.
Cup contender.
He thought that they were going to be the next best thing.
I mean, when you're an Ottawa Senators fan, you really have to grasp any straw that you can find out there and be like, this is a great rebuild.
He's like, yeah, they look amazing. I'm like, dude, everybody's playing them like it's their little sister. Everybody's playing them like they play hockey with their little sister. Like, I want to hurt her. I don't want to get injured because I got a big game tonight or tomorrow night. So, yeah, Ottawa looked great last year, but that's also why it's because everybody was playing them like they play their little sister.
Yeah, of course. They have a couple good guys. I will say that. There's a couple decent players in that team, but fuck the Senators.
Oh, so he's the fan. Stephen Connor says, go Preds.
Go Preds.
He's the one fan.
A Nashville hockey fan? What?
I love it. I'm just kidding. But I thought Connor was Canadian. I could have sworn Stephen Connor was Canadian. I thought he was from Ontario, of all things. No, I'm wrong. Obviously, I'm wrong. But Leafs fans are so funny. Bill saying, I know we're idiots. I kind of this is like a horrible comparison now that I think about it and I'm older. But I used to compare being a Leaf fan to battered wife syndrome. It's terrible to like. I apologize, and I don't mean this with any sincerity, but like
this is gonna be good.
We literally take a beating as fans. Like we are the most abused fans. Like they are the worst team in the world all the time. they found a way to lose to like Montreal, who they dummied, completely dummied for like 6 out of 7 games.
Montreal's run last year was the biggest fluke in sports in a very long time. They were one of the shittiest teams, and they obviously are garbage. Like, look at their team this year. They're just complete trash. They're trash. They got so lucky last year. Carey Price was doing his thing, but like, they're honestly such a shit fucking team.
So, but like, my point is that like, despite how much they abuse us, we still come back.
Yeah.
Like, we still go back to them. Like, we need therapy to get out of this cycle.
See, because the Leafs are like, they look great a lot of the time, and then you're right. They just like that one night. They just beat you.
It's
and you're
funny.
like, what happened?
So the other night, my buddy, who's like just as big a Leaf fan, if not bigger than I am, and he's like, wow, the Leafs actually look really good this year. I'm like, yeah, but I feel like it doesn't really count. And he's like, what do you mean? And I'm like, I don't know. I just like it's not the playoffs yet, right?
Yeah.
And sure enough, they were winning 4-1 against Colorado that night. And as the night went on, they ended up losing that game. And I'm like, that's what I mean. Yeah. That's what I mean. Here's to the Leafs losing in the first round again this year.
Fuck.
Thank you, Swanee.
Okay, here's a question for you. What's a harder team to be a fan of right now? Toronto Maple Leafs, Edmonton Oilers.
Ooh, that's tough. Okay, so like erase like the last. Okay, go back 5 years and then erase all the years before that. And Edmonton Oilers for sure.
Edmonton Oilers has got to be the most frustrating sports franchise like ever right now.
Like they have
how many first round picks have they had that have been bust? How many top players do they have and they still can't win games?
They have the best player in hockey
by far.
Like, and it's not close.
Yeah.
And then they have Draisaitl, who's like ridiculously good as well.
Amazing.
And they still suck.
And they're shit.
They hate their team right now. Like they hate their team.
That's gotta be the most frustrating. To be an Edmonton Oilers
Flashback to when Connor McDavid found out that he was going to be drafted by the Edmonton Oilers. Nothing tells you how bad the Edmonton Oilers franchise is, except the look on his face when he finds out that the Leafs didn't win that fucking lottery, and that the Edmonton Oilers won that lottery.
Yeah.
You could just like they pan to his face and he looks like someone died.
Yeah.
He looks like he just lost a loved one.
Right.
Like he literally looked just beaten right there.
Yeah.
It's like everybody went into that draft thinking there's no way Edmonton wins this draft.
Yeah. And like, you know how the players do like their yearly kind of like voting on things? I'm pretty sure that like Edmonton was always dead last and like arenas you want to play at and like places you want to visit.
Yeah.
It's like it's the worst road trip. No one wants to go there.
Listen, I love Alberta. I love it. I've never been, Alberta. But I love Alberta. Yeah. And I love the people of Alberta.
We love Alberta. We love summer Alberta, I think, though. Because I feel like in the winter there, like people screenshot their like weather app and it's like minus 38.
It's like
Celsius.
minus 49 right now.
Right?
In Edmonton. Like in Edmonton right now, like they're even in the summer.
Fahrenheit, what is that in Fahrenheit for our American friends? Like minus 100? It's insane. It's so cold.
It's ridiculous.
It's so cold.
There are times in the summer where like Calgary will get a Chinook worse than our like worst winter snowstorm.
Yeah.
Like literally worse than our worst.
It will be like late August and they'll get snow and we're like it's like 38 or like 90 degrees here and we're just like what's happening over there?
Yeah. I and which is why you got to respect all Albertans because they are tough as nails.
They're hard as fuck.
They're tough as nails.
They're hard as fuck. Harder than me, I would be. I'm way too soft to live there.
I'd be out.
Sure.
I'd be out.
Way too soft to live
Ben is saying definitely frustrating over the last decade. Yeah. Honestly, like we sound like we're joking, but I actually feel for you guys because I know what it's like to have such a disappointing team.
I mean, like, if you were too young to remember the Gretzky years, you have just such bitter memories, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Indie Ingot says we love Alberta whiskey inventory.
Yeah, right.
That is not a lie.
Yeah.
That is not a lie.
Where would we be without it? You know?
Nowhere. The whiskey in the six probably would have like fizzled out after the first year if it wasn't for Alberta. Not lying.
Yeah.
Michael saying, "Okay, hockey talk night, fellas." Sorry, guys. We lost a lot of guys.
You want to talk wild card weekend? We can talk some NFL. Well, I can talk NFL.
The Buffalo Bills made the playoffs.
That's right.
The Buffalo Bills made the playoffs.
They have a great team. You know what? Okay, Super Bowl prediction. I made this like way earlier in the year, but I'm sticking by it. I like Buffalo and I like the Rams in the Super Bowl.
My
I think that'd be a great
will be
Super
very
Bowl.
happy to hear
I think
this.
it'd be really cool. It'd be fun. I want to see those two teams do it out in the Super Bowl. I think it'd be really good.
Two of my brothers are like hardcore football fans.
Yeah.
Like hardcore.
Yeah.
Well, Arizona just scored.
Motherfuckers.
I've never I used to like it a little bit, but look, 42. Okay, so this is the Leafs in a nutshell. The shots are 42-16 for the Leafs. What would you assume the score is right now if it wasn't the Leafs? 6-1, maybe.
I mean,
BC is the most expensive. Apparently BC is the most expensive for whiskey and stuff like that.
Yeah, I've heard BC is. I mean, I don't know. It's probably pretty close to what Ontario is.
Caleb is a Raiders fan. There's a chance, a wee chance.
Hey man, the Raiders really turned it on in the second half of the season, and so many really cool scenarios like were panning out in the last week of the season. So many kind of cool little things, like that Raiders game ended in a tie, which was super close to happening. They both would have made the playoffs, them and the Chargers, and then Pittsburgh would have been out. It would have been like crazy. But yeah, man, football, you gotta get into football again.
So I might get into football, and if I ever do, I'm with John. John saying, sorry, have to come through here in Green Bay first. I like everything about Green Bay. I don't even know where that is on a map. Like, I wouldn't be able to find it on a map. But I like the idea of the Green Bay Packers. And the reason for this is they're like family owned. It's like
It is kind of cool.
It's like the
that,
Glen Farkless Distillery. It's
the
like
smallest market in the NFL.
the fans
right?
own this team, right? Am I wrong in saying that?
No, you are correct about that. Yeah.
I love that. That's the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
They are the coolest team in sports history.
And they've had a good team for as long as I can remember.
They've always had a competitive team.
Yeah.
They've always had a great QB. They've always had a great QB.
Well, Aaron Rodgers, in my opinion, is the best quarterback, and he's been the best quarterback in the league. I mean, Patrick Mahomes, I would say, is up there as well, but if I could pick any quarterback, it would be Aaron Rodgers.
I mean,
he's just so good.
You can't discredit what Brady is doing at 44. 44, isn't it? 44?
That's true.
Like, Brady's stupid.
But Brady is such a fucking... I don't know. I'm not a huge Brady fan.
Well, is it because he's got a supermodel for a wife?
No, that's great.
or that he's like ridiculously good looking and like still playing very, very competitive.
ridiculously good looking.
and like still playing
No, this
competitive
is why
football.
Brady, to me, he's just really annoying on the sidelines, I feel. He's just like...
Brady is what Crosby would be if he was still like as good as Brady.
He's just a douchebag. He's just got that douchebag characteristic to him that it doesn't translate to me.
That guy walked off the field, and that's got to be like a big part. Wasn't that was Brady's team, right? The guy that walked off the field in the middle of the game because he wasn't.
Oh, the
getting
receiver.
The ball.
Oh yeah, Antonio Brown.
Yeah.
Antonio Brown just like had a little baby tantrum.
He had a meltdown.
He's a fuck though.
But I mean, like, I think it's part of what you're saying. It's like Brady still he stuck up for him. He stuck up for him in the like press conference or whatever. But it's got to be because of the way he carries himself. Like, he's like, no, I'm not gonna pass to you.
Yeah.
I'm not passing to you.
The great thing that I appreciate most about the Brady Belichick Patriots is they didn't take shit. They're like, you know what? We don't care if you're this big superstar. If you don't fit with what we're doing, the team, get the fuck out.
Yeah.
We'll find someone else to come in and do the job. And they did. They did find people. Like, they had their Super Bowl teams were like, until they made a name for themselves, these receivers were like nobodies.
But didn't he just win the Super Bowl?
They had Randy Moss was like their biggest big receiver who absolutely just fucking destroyed the season. They ended up losing the Super Bowl to the Giants that year, but like they would just plug and play these players, and like Belichick is obviously the greatest coach, and Brady is obviously the greatest quarterback. But like
that was the Giant, wasn't that the Eli Manning?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I know, like I know a little bit about football, like I do know, but
that was an insane Super Bowl.
Didn't Brady just win the Super Bowl last year or the year before?
Yeah.
Like, come on, man! Like 43 years old, he won a Super Bowl. He's in the playoffs right now, right?
Yeah.
Potentially could win again at 44.
Absolutely, he can win again. Yeah. I mean, it's a little thinner receiver, but it hasn't been an issue in the past, really.
44 years old, man. Like, what? He's like, so the only other guy I can think of in sports that's that good at that age, or roughly that age, like, or coming close to that age, is Ovechkin.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, like, Djokovic.
Yeah.
Right? Does that even count, though? Like, tennis is like...
Djokovic isn't really that old.
How old is he?
I don't know.
Anyway.
But, like, Roger Federer, like, was
Federer,
that... Like,
Federer...
2 seasons ago, maybe,
yeah.
for Federer? 3 seasons ago for Federer.
Right. Nadal.
Federer really went on the run. I don't know. I forget how long ago it was, but he was, like, really pushing past his prime and just killed it. He was just killing it.
Indy's asking, how old was Yager when he retired? He was in his 40s.
Is he even retired? I feel like he was still playing.
He's probably still playing in Europe somewhere.
Yeah, Chara, yeah.
Chelios.
Chelios.
But, okay,
super good.
Some really good
Gordie Howe
old
played
players.
super old, right?
But to be the best, like, or arguably the best in the game at that age is, like, next level.
Soccer guys, we don't really know. I don't know much about soccer. You don't
So,
know about soccer. Yager is still playing.
Yeah, Zlatan Ibrahimovic for sure. I mean, Cristiano Ronaldo is getting up there too. He's got to be like 36, 37.
Yeah.
He's got to be up there too. Cristiano Ronaldo.
And Ronaldo's gonna play till he's really old, I feel too.
Yeah, I would say Messi's probably pretty old.
Messi.
He's got to be like 35, 36 at least.
He's still killing it.
It's
gonna get older and older, right? Like
we know a lot
better,
more. Exactly.
Training gets better,
Yeah.
Nutrition gets better. You can really find it in
Yeah.
And I had this conversation with someone the other day. I'm like, it's gonna be pretty easy if you take care of yourself to live to 100. Like, you should live to 100, no problem.
Yeah. Well, that's not true.
Why?
Cancer's the...
Yeah, sure, you have to dodge cancer, but like I'm saying, like, if you dodge that, like, dying of old age, if you're like healthy and take care of yourself, you could get to 100, no problem.
Yeah, you should. P-Boss thinks I'll be still kicking ass 45 plus.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm not in the UFC.
See a little Muay Thai, a little kickboxing?
I'll still be doing boxing for sure. I don't know
Yeah.
if my knees will hold out that long.
Right.
I got a really bad right knee.
But see, like, I figure like robotic knees will be a thing you can get in like 20 years from now.
That's what I'm holding out for.
Right.
So like my doctor told me, like, don't get a knee surgery until you can get a knee replacement. So I'm holding out for the day.
You gotta get that Apple Smart knee.
Yeah.
Right?
I want that knee that like just makes me better.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Not I don't want to go back a step.
Yeah.
I want to go up a step.
Yeah. What's that dude from Mortal Kombat that got all like the robotic shit?
Jax.
Right?
Jax.
Yeah. Punch through walls and stuff.
Like
Kick through a freaking cement block.
Like in iRobot.
Sure.
He gets like a whole arm.
Yeah.
And like he punches through a wall.
Yeah,
right?
like Star Wars.
That's what I want.
Right?
I want a knee through a wall.
You gotta wait till the technology is that level.
Yeah. But you know what, guys? This was a lot of fun.
We talked about a lot of different things today.
We did. We talked about a lot of things. John Kranz is getting a couple extra samples in his next batch of fun stuff.
Yeah.
Which is always nice. And you guys are incredibly awesome. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. We got to do this more often. We're going to try to do this more often when it comes to recording our podcasts. Because at least next time, we're going to go on Jeremy's channel. It'll be here in this setting. It'll be on Jeremy's channel. And we'll give something away that night too.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe I'll bring a bottle.
Jeremy's gonna bring his Brora 38-year-old.
You know what? I maybe will bring that because I am going to kill that bottle soon.
Okay.
I've just poured out some samples for some Patreons, and it's getting to the point where it's like I either pour it into a smaller container and save it, which I don't really want to do. I want to kill it. So let's kill it.
So we're gonna kill it.
We're gonna kill a Brora 38.
The next time.
And we'll give away a sample.
And we're gonna give away a sample. On
That's
Jeremy's
not a
show.
promise, but we'll see what we can do.
We'll see what we can do.
Yeah. Check out our podcast. The next one's coming out. We went over all of Whiskey Tube's Scotch whiskeys of the year and commented and drank a couple. So that will be coming out probably early next week.
Monday-ish?
Probably sounds about right.
Alright.
If you want that early, you can sign up for Patreon on either our channels. And my next review is going to be a Spring Break 12, the most recent 12-year-old, the 100% X Bourbon.
100% X Bourbon. And for all the Fish 2 fans,
okay, I was like, what are you doing?
we're going to zoom in over here real quick. That's the electric blue. Alright. We got some eye biters up there. Alright, guys. It was nice seeing you. Cheers.
Cheers, guys. Have a good one.